Hey guys, what's up? We are That Horror Couple. I'm Kaylee, Kaylin Har, and
I'm Rob James.
And we're back.
We are back. I almost died.
Oh, here we go.
I did. It's a true story. I thought I had COVID, flu-like symptoms, chest pain. Turns out I got tested. It was just the flu from hell, basically. But, I had chest pains like horrible for like a few months. And then I was on medicine that made me sick. Had to go for a few scans, but everything came back good. And they said, "Sir, you are good to do movie reviews."
So we're back.
So I said, "Yes." Thank you, doctor.
Today we are here to talk about 1981's slasher classic,
The Burning.
The Burning.
Oh, one of my favorite slasher
Same.
films ever.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk about I love summer camp slasher films.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about summer camp slasher films, this film has to be brought up in the conversation. It's the top 2 or 3 of all-time best summer camp slasher films. It's amazing.
I agree.
Came out,
I
came out in 1981. Mm-hmm. So it's part of that early 80s slasher period. It's got the early 80s vibes. It's got a lot of stuff I like. We're psyched to do this review. We're rocking our Cavity Color shirts. I don't know if we can show them off a little bit. You want to tilt? Oh, there you go. Model it, baby. Yeah. We're rocking our Cropsy gear from Cavity Colors.
Mm-hmm. We love these shirts.
Yes, and I'm super stoked to do this review.
Yes.
I mean, usually it's a bad thing, the burning. It's like, oh, that burns. Oh, I got some STD. I need some ointment.
What?
Or, it's usually a bad thing. But, today I'm feeling the burn. I'm feeling the burn.
Horror couple.
Oh, yeah.
That horror couple.
It's us.
That horror couple. That horror couple. And they talk about horror.
Like and subscribe. The Burning was directed by Tony Maylam, and it was filmed in North Tonawanda, New York.
Hell yeah. New York represent.
Yeah. It stars...
North side.
It stars Brian Backer, Brian Matthews,
Jason Alexander.
Fisher Stevens.
And a lot of these people went on to do major stuff. Of course, we know it's George Costanza with hair, basically.
Yes, from Seinfeld.
Yeah, and he's freaking hilarious in this film, just like he's funny in Seinfeld.
Oh, God bless her mom and dad.
I believe Leah Ayres was in that movie Bloodsport.
Holly
Hunter. This was
Hunter.
actually her first movie. She played a character named Sophie.
She had no lines.
She didn't talk at all in the movie.
But she's there. She's
yes.
there.
Mm-hmm. And also, Brian Backer, Alfred, went on to do movies like Police Academy.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And basically the film is about, it takes place at summer camp. These 4 kids, they want to play a prank on the caretaker Cropsy. The prank goes hard. They want to scare him with a skull or something like that.
Yeah, they light this maggoty skull on fire.
It looks like a Jason Voorhees type mother's head thing, but it's not. And then it goes horribly wrong. The skull scares Cropsy. Mm-hmm. Cropsy kicks the skull. It lights him on fire, and then it burns him terribly all over the place. He has to run off, jump in the lake, and the kids are like, "Oh shit!" and they take off.
Yeah,
those bastards.
I know.
The film cuts to 5 years later. Cropsy's still recovering in the hospital after all those years because he's burned so bad. Mm-hmm. Finally, which the fucking hospital staff was totally unprofessional.
He's like, "Come here, man, you gotta see this burn victim."
He's like, "Man, you want to see some fucked up shit? This is some crazy shit. This guy's like a Big Mac."
Bad, he's cooked. A fucking Big Mac.
So it's that scene in the hospital where Cropsy actually reaches out from the hospital curtains, grabs the guy's arm. We see how messed up Cropsy's arm is, and we can only imagine how messed up his face and everything else is, and it's a cool scene. So anyway, at that point, they said, they've done all they can for him. He tries to re-enter society, but instead of re-entering society, he chooses to get his revenge. Mm-hmm. He goes back to the camp.
And... it makes sense that he would go back to the camp and try to kill these kids who had nothing to do with setting him on fire.
I was going to say, how does that make sense? These kids were like, "Bitch, I didn't even know those motherfuckers."
Yeah. So now we want to get into our likes and dislikes of the film. For me, the likes would be the location. I love how the location is perfect. It takes place, it looks like in an actual summer camp.
Yeah.
I love the cast of the film. They were actually really well casted.
They were likable.
Yeah, they were very
It
likable.
wasn't like one of those slasher films where it's good they're dead. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, when they're dead, it's like, oh, that was cool, but I liked him.
Yeah. No, I loved the cast. I even like Glazier.
Oh yeah, he wanted lubricated rubbers.
Yeah.
These aren't lubricated rubbers.
Absolutely, huh? Absolutely shit, man. Look, I asked for lubricated rubbers. These aren't lubricated rubbers, you understand that?
Yeah.
I ain't paying for this.
Yeah.
You got that? I got that.
I love the cast. I love the score. I think is amazing for the film. I thought that the kills were awesome.
Yeah, I would pretty much have to agree with you on everything. My likes would have to be the cast, likable cast. The kills were done by the practical effects by Tom Savini. So right there, if you're a fan of anything Tom Savini's done, check out this film because his kills are on point here. He actually turned down Friday the 13th Part 2 to do this film, and so he brought he brought the Tom Savini skill to this film, and it shows with the kills, the practical effects. Yeah, I like the cast, the location, just like you said. And the kills, of course, yeah. And that's my likes in this film.
Okay, yeah. For me, like the dislikes, I'd have to say having like Alfred as like the final like boy or whatever. He's not very likable because he's like a peeping Tom. He's
like,
really creepy.
He's running around the girls' showers.
Yeah. He's like peeping in on Sally taking a shower. So.
Well, the Glazers say, "Hey, you fucking weirdo."
Yeah.
What are you staring at, you little fucking weirdo, huh?
And that the scene at the end or near the end where he's like running around in the rocks, like that's just like a really long scene. I feel like that could be cut a little shorter.
He's running around for like 20 minutes. In circles.
What about you?
The dislike, yeah. Well, I would say, I would say probably just the pacing of the film. It kind of took a while to get to like each kill, but then when the kills happened, they brought it.
Yeah,
they definitely brought it.
That's true.
But I feel like it took a while. Like it was a big build up. We had a lot where like Cropsey was stalking from a window. We had a lot where it was just the kids hanging out. But like when the kills finally, and then there were kills that you thought were going to happen but didn't.
Yeah.
So, but then when the kills finally happened, they brought it, and we were like, yeah, that's cool. Okay, that's awesome. So, I would just say the pacing for me needed to be a little bit faster. But, it was like 1981, so you got to give it credit. It was like, there wasn't much, it was the beginning of this whole slasher era. So it definitely is, it's still entertaining to this day when you watch it, and it's an older film, so.
Yeah, and it was actually the Weinstein's like first film, and that
very upstanding citizens, the Weinsteins.
Yeah, that they started Miramax Productions with this film.
And it's funny because you see how perverted and forceful the men are. They're like, yo, we're going to have some sex, baby.
What's the matter?
Not here.
What's the matter now? You know you want to?
Later. Maybe.
You mean that?
Sure.
Had a girl, Sally. Listen, you can trust me, you hear? It's gonna be real good. Real good.
And you're like, oh, that's a Weinstein production.
Yeah.
It's the Weinsteins.
Yeah, these guys, that's another dislike for me, how creepy they kind of like came off when they were trying to get the girls to like sleep with them.
Who was it? It was Eddie. He's like, listen, it's like when two people like each other, they do it. You know what I mean? Glacier's like, it's going to be real nice, Sally. I'm going to build you a fire. Yeah. Then he winds up apologizing for it because he's fucking god-awful.
Yeah, he lasts like, what was it, like 5 seconds?
Oh, it was Bob from Halloween style.
Yeah.
He was just like, I'm sorry, Sally. I'm sorry.
So, as for kills, my favorite kill of the movie would have to be the infamous raft scene.
Oh, yeah.
Where Cropsey sneaks up on a few of the
That's on the
campers.
shirt, actually.
Heading back to the camp.
Spoiler alert, Cropsey takes out like 4 or 5 kids in a row, and one kid loses his fingers.
Woodstock, yeah.
Yeah, and the other kid gets sliced in the head.
Eddie,
One kid gets the shears. Eddie gets the shears down the throat. So, spoiler alert. But, yeah, it's awesome. I also like Glazier's death scene.
I was thinking that
I
too.
thought Glazier getting pinned up against the tree with the shears was pretty cool.
That was pretty creative. It looks so real with the practical effects. Like, they need to do that more nowadays. Like, go back to practical effects because I feel like it just looks so genuine, so real.
Absolutely. And then at the end, I thought like seeing Cropsey for like that very short time, 10 or 20 seconds was pretty cool. He had like burning, melting face.
Yeah, I've seen some people say they don't really like his face in that movie, but I thought it looked good.
The end, though, spoiler alert again, the end though, when they finally get Cropsy in the head with the axe, I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So all right, so our final thoughts of this film. It's definitely worthy, definitely a must see.
What out of 10 would you give it?
Out of 10, I would give it like 7 garden shears. Out of 10. I mean, it's a strong 7 for me.
Yeah.
I call it a 7. I mean, it's not perfect, but I like it a lot. But it's awesome. So I say 7 out of 10 for me. Yeah, definitely check it out. I say it's a. What would you give it?
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Oh, okay.
I love this movie a lot. I feel like it's one of my favorite slasher films of the 80s, and just for all the previous things we've mentioned.
You get everything you want. It has that 80s feel. It's got the summer camp vibe. It's got gore. It's got boobs. It's got everything you could want. I say check it out. And it's got a funny cast. Funny, awesome cast.
Jason Alexander with hair.
With hair. And he's funny. It's George from Seinfeld. I wish he would have done more slashers after this.
Yeah, he should have.
I meant like Jamie Lee. You know,
Yeah.
Jamie Lee did Halloween and Prom Night, then like The
Yeah.
Fog. We should have seen some more George Costanza mess things up with Cropsy. There should be a sequel or a remake.
Yeah, I agree.
Wouldn't that be cool if George
Oh, they did a remake and like brought him back.
yeah, he like comes back as George Costanza, but he fucks up Cropsy. And he's like, you're not gonna believe this, Jerry. Cropsy's back, Jerry. We gotta get Kramer and fuck some shit up. So check out The Burning.
Yes, we definitely recommend. And if you like what you see, please hit that like and subscribe button down below. We appreciate all of your positive feedback.
Yeah, fuck the haters.
Yeah.
Cropsy's gonna fuck you up. Hey, just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, dislike, subscribe or not. We're just happy to be doing this. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you around.
Yeah.
Peace.
That horror couple.
Oh, yeah.
That horror couple.
It's us.
That horror couple. That horror couple. And they talk about horror.
Like and subscribe.